Dig it down, bone, dig it down, bone, dig it down, bone, down, bone, 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 don't know, don't, bang it down. Oh, I should probably tell everyone that I'm live right now. 1 second, guys. Share, copy, announcements. Let's have a nice, high quality decaf espresso roast together. Okay, great. Sick. So let me go back into my roast zone. How's everybody doing? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. I hope you all are well. We're going to be roasting some tracks together. I'm very excited. Welcome Zinxinzins. Welcome Eric. Welcome Osama. Ben Manzate. OG Milky. EQ8. Nice smile. Yeah, I'm still scatting. Smooth. Welcome. Doug. Okay. So, couple announcements. I'm releasing a single from my album end of March. Very exciting stuff. So, in basically a month from now, the tables will have turned. Instead of me roasting you guys, you'll be roasting me. I'm very excited. So until that day comes, however, I'm going to take full advantage of my superior position of having not released music and roast you guys. So here we have Blind Cinema with Name Your Track. Very creative. Can't help myself, so groovy. Ah, shit, you got that sexy fucking guitar line? Oh, fuck, dude. You're gonna make me cream myself. God damn. Yo, let's play some Rocket League to this. Wait. Oh, here comes the drop. Sick. Wow. Please don't fucking end your song like that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, good job, Blind Cinema. That was really well done. So what is it? Looks like some sort of electro house, poppy, EDM, video game Wreck-It Ralph type situation. Um, what's working? I think compositionally it's great. All the little chops that you have during the drops are excellent as well. Um, very beautiful breakdown in the middle, engaging, not too long. What's not working? I think the mix probably could be a little bit cleaner, but then again, that's just because the standard for the mix in this kind of genre nowadays is extremely high. So if your mix down isn't perfect, it's just not going to stand up. So I would just use a couple reference tracks there. You could use like Firepower by Wolfgang Gartner or Bangarang by my boy Skrill. Um, and lastly, please don't just fucking end your song like that. That's so fucking annoying. You kind of set yourself short there. It's like having a nice, beautiful meal, like, a five-course dinner at the French Laundry, only to have dessert be sort of abruptly pulled away from you on that sweet French tablecloth. So please give us a slightly more satisfying ending. And I think you have a winner here. So let me give you just a big old yes. Excellent work, Blind Cinema. By the way, with regards to the shirt that I'm wearing, I know you guys are very curious. I'm wearing let's see if you can see this. This is a band called Floral. It's my friend's band. They just put out their debut LP a few days ago. So there's my shameless plug for Floral. Go ahead and check out Floral on Bandcamp or Spotify. Very great math rock type situation. Anyways, next up we have Sven with Cybriad, the futurological. Okay, see what other people are saying in the previous track before we move on. Navalite says it's damn fine. The ending though. Doug said he has some blue balls. Tristan says Dark Lord, yes. Okay, let's see what else. See what people are saying. Lucio's theme. Commercial vibe, yeah, for sure. Anyways, let's keep going. So we got Cybriad with the Futurological. Take a listen. Don't know the artist Aries, unfortunately. Oh fuck, we're going full electro today. That's gonna drive me crazy, bro. Is YouTube gonna demonetize me for this shit? Can you guys see me zoom in like this? Oh. I haven't heard that term before, helicopter bass, but that's actually perfect. What's up with... That was Future Logical with Cybriad taking us down a Blade Runner retro wave, synth wave, good time type situation journey. Okay, so what is it? So definitely synthwave, retrowave. What's working? Sound selection, very appropriate for the genre. Super dope synth choices throughout. Looks like somebody got a Juno. What's not working? I think the arrangement could use some work in terms of managing the energy throughout. I think the main thing that's sort of not coming across is sort of a strong central musical idea. I think Doug the Mole Man pointed this out. It's hard for me to sort of think about the track now and sort of remember like a core musical idea, like a strong melody or chord progression. Part of the reason why is because you sort of give a lot away right at the very beginning. So if we're just taking a listen, you're sort of opening already with the bass, which is like one of your secret weapons, helicopter bass. So we're already getting the kick. So this part is pretty damn dissonant. You got the whoa, you got the helicopter bass. You got the snare, which is somewhat appropriate, but honestly, I personally don't really like the reverb on that snare. Shit. Okay, so we're still kind of introing here. Is this the core musical idea? Right here? Yeah. It's sort of hard for me to pick out what we're supposed to be paying attention to the most, and as a result, it kind of tends to drift toward the background after a while. In terms of like a movie score for an 80s inspired movie, good time. I think it's excellent. But in terms of listening on its own, I struggle to sort of pick out a central musical idea that I'm supposed to remember past the initial kind of playthrough. It also does feel a little bit long, but once again, it could be sort of just a piece just to sort of contemplate, the state of the 80s. Okay, so that's my two cents. Let's see what the peanut gallery has to say. Frog Daddy says, yeah, the arrangement doesn't breathe at any point. The bass kind of has nasty vibes, though. The reverb is louder than the mids of the snare. Would be good in a video game. This would be a real banger if it was like 5 years ago. This guy says, choices of sound design doesn't fit the vibe this track is trying to pull off. I guess I disagree. Liam says it's good, but wow, it's long and drawn out. Yeah, maybe it could just be quicker. Sounds pretty nicely put together. Some people say repetitive and predictable. Ending is better than the rest, but still boxed. Anyways, yeah. I think you have really great sounds. You've definitely nailed the 80s vibe. I would just condense it and really sort of try and give us that central musical idea. So let's keep going. We have Paratune by UV Chaos. Let's take a listen. Yeah, y'all deserve a croissant. Chocolate croissant. Oh, lo-fi? Yep, definitely some MIDI crunch here. crazy with that MIDI harp, bro. Ah, Jesus Christ. Falcon Man says, I don't think this is trying to be good music, and for that, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's hard to say what this is trying to be. I mean, it's definitely trying to be some sort of retro video gamey 8-bit vibe type situation. But personally, I've had it with the 80s. I'm trying to get 9 bits, maybe 10 bits, maybe 16 bits. But then again, I guess I'm more of a hi-fi man. Some people like the grit of only 8 bits to choose from. In which case, Paratune, I think you've nailed it. And if you're going for MIDI cringe, whew, we gotta have that in spades here. So I guess I don't really know what the track is trying to be. It seems like it might be setting out to be what it is already is. Meaning that it's accomplished its goal. I guess I just don't personally fuck with the intent, so I have a hard time giving feedback. But if the goal was to get some MIDI cringe 8-bit video gamey type Animal Crossing situation, I think you nailed it. So I'm going to give you a big old yes, and I'm going to keep going. All right. Cool. Let's keep going. We got Flora Damie's track. Curious to hear if anyone can spot any significant issues. All right.
Baby, I am tired. You just keep me hanging on. Give affection. I ain't waiting on too long. What's going on? Give a reason, or I'll be gone. I'm telling time is up. I've waited long enough. Come over here. I'll show you things the tales will tell.
Sing, girl.
Telling you the time is up. I've had it right now. Come over here. I'll show you things the tales will tell.
Yeah, what's up?
Don't know when it started. Suddenly just realized the change. No need for arguing. There's two to play this game. I can't waste myself. No. Give me a reason, or I'll be gone.
All right, so that was Flora Damies with Time Is Up V4. Okay, so what is it? Feels like some pop R&B type situation, a little nice little slow jam. Props to you for having a vocally driven track. We don't get a lot of those in the Rose Zone. So props to you for collaborating and working with the vocalist. Or if this is you singing, good shit. What's working? I think for the most part, the musical idea works. Like the melody that she sings, the chord progression works. Yeah, I think sort of musically, and so it's got certainly the backbone of a very strong pop tune. In terms of what could be working better, the thing starts with the vocals, right? I mean, it's a vocally driven track, and so we really need to make sure that the vocals are right. I'm sensing a lot of pitchiness in her vocal. Maybe she needs some auto-tune or Melodyne. She seems flat a lot of the time. Might be worthwhile re-recording some of this stuff or auto-tuning it. I know we have a ridiculous sort of standard for how in tune a vocalist should be these days, maybe, but it just doesn't seem right in terms of the pitch of what she's singing. This is compounded by the fact that there are so many layers, especially towards the second half. You've just layered the shit out of everything in the vocal, and that creates more messiness. If you're going to do harmonies, you really need to make sure that they're very, very tight with the main take. And with regards to the main take, what I'm finding that is a little strange is that it seems to be panned ever so slightly to the left, which doesn't really make any sense to me. I think you just need to make sure that all the vocals, more or less, minus the harmonies, are front and center. I would start with just a really, really strong main take. And make sure that's perfect before adding anything else like harmonies, because I think that the issue is that the foundation, the main take, is just not strong enough to carry the song. Also, the vocals, I think, are too loud and perhaps too dynamic. Maybe you need a little bit more reverb as well, to sort of make it feel like it's enclosed in the same space as the beat. It just seems like it's sort of sitting on top of it rather than in the middle. With regards to the beat, I think the kick is too quiet. I think the beat could use a little bit more variation, especially at the end. I'm not even necessarily sure if you need the last chorus. The main synth is cool. The chord progression is cool. I wish the drums maybe evolved more, or the beat evolved more, had a little bit more direction or differentiation between the chorus and the verse, excuse me. But I don't think it necessarily needs to do a whole lot more, just, as long as the vocals are kind of doing their work. But that's my 2 cents. Let's see what the Peanut Gallery says. Really sick track overall. I think the vocals are too prominent in the beginning. That was the anesthetist. Navalite says, I just go for re-recording. She was there mostly, just not always. It needs more takes. Yeah, you might need to comp these. She says there should be an instrumental breakdown sometime in the middle so that the vocal doesn't drag on. That's a pretty good idea. Let's see what else. Lemon says vocals are great. Percussion, OG Milky says the percussion is not matching the energy. Outro is the best part. Let's see here. Backing vocals are great, maybe too tight on the right side. Falcon Man says, well-written song, but the execution lacks cohesion, like the members of the band aren't listening to one another. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Anyways. Cool. Well, I think you did a great job here. I think this definitely deserves another version. I think you need to finish this out, and I think that would make a very strong R&B jam. Okay, ignore file. Here we are with Dav Z, The Expanse. Oh, never mind. Let's keep going. Anti-Sun with Nosferatu. Here we go. fuck? Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Saying it, Chief. Wow, this is really cool. Oh my fuck, bro. Oh my fucking god. What the fuck is this solo, bro? Holy shit, bro. This is fucking crazy, bro. Fuck, bro. Yo, high key, best 8-bit song I've ever heard. I didn't think the genre could be capable of such high quality content. I thoroughly enjoyed that, Andrew, Mr. Anti-Sun. I'm gonna give you a big old yes and a big old heart zers because you did a fucking great job. I mean, really insane solos, almost like free jazz at certain points. It's completely over the top. I mean, at first I was like, holy shit, how am I even going to get through this? Because it's just so in your face and insane. Um, but you made it very engaging and interesting and funny and like clearly compositionally very high quality. Um, you've managed to develop a very unique voice in a genre that has pretty strict uniform expectations. So I commend that highly. Personally, don't think you need the last minute or so. I don't think you need this section. I think you just end there. I think that would have been great. I don't think you needed that chord there or anything past it. But I'm sure people in the comments will disagree. However, wow, once again, really excellent work. I'm very, very impressed. Um, Sick. Yeah, you should release this if it's not already up. Fuck yeah. Uh, Well, let's keep going. Shit. Um. Anyways, let's see what people are saying. That was great, but somebody doesn't listen to chiptune music. I've heard albums of stuff just as crazy as this. Yeah, maybe. Uh, feels meaningfully chaotic. Pixel says, release this. Go show this dude some love, fam. No one can prepare for this boss fight. If I was playing a game and this came on, I would definitely think it was fire. Last minute is cool, for sure. Lots of terrific melodic lines, lots of bold risks with the wonky chip solo SFX stuff. Yeah, okay. Well done. All right, so we got Exit K again. Let's hear it. Yeah, what's up? Oh, you guys switched it up on us. Hey, Exit, huh? Switched it up. Where's the 8-bit drop, bro? That was a little awkward. Great drums. Yeah, once again, kind of awkward transition. Dope. Okay, that was Save You with Exit K. All right, what is it? Liquid drum and bass. What's working? Mix is very clean. Drums are great. Engaging throughout. What's not working? I think you could do more with your bass sound design. It's a little bit basic for me. But then again, I've been listening to nothing but like Cohen Sound for the past year and a half, so I'm fucking spoiled with regards to neuro basses and drum and bass in general. I think the transitions between halftime and double time need a lot of work. They don't feel natural. Um, I think you could smooth that out much more. And then thirdly, I think you need some sort of lead melodic component, like a reverbed out female vocal chop or maybe a stronger melody, some sort of strong central melodic component because your accompaniments are great. Like your drums are really awesome, your bass is solid too, but just sort of a stronger lead component. And that could come from a vocal chop, that could come from a stronger, more dynamic bass. Um, I would, if I were you, I would listen to there's this label called Inspected. They just put out a new compilation. They have a lot of really dope drum and bass tunes on that compilation that I think you should check out for some inspiration. Um, but that's just my 2 cents. Um, Otherwise, very very solid stuff. Very clean mix, all that stuff. Okay. Um, Pulls off the lack of risers. I'm not advocating for risers ever. Melody was great in Zix's opinion. Put some candy. Uh, Doug says the areas you're already strong in our sound design and mixing arrangements are interesting too, so I have a hard time giving you feedback. Okay. Snare could be better, and bass in general is flat. Shame because melody's cool as fuck. William wants a foghorn. Ambient female vocal over this would be so dope. I sort of agree. Yeah. But anyways, let's keep going. Um, let's do some Elix 2020 HD. Motherfuckers. Oh fuck, that's fucking loud as shit. Damn, I might just need to turn down my headphones for a sec. Sorry about that, guys. One moment, please. Bup bup bup. All right, we should be good. Let's try that again. Jeez. Yeah, what's up? Subway, bro. What the fuck? You gotta smack me up with that snare,
bro. Honestly, if I saw that damn thing in my living...
Sending love from South Africa. Thank you, Bongani. Okay, so quick question. Leander asks, "How's it so loud? I assume the other tracks have been put through a limiter too. I think you just fucking smashed this limiter harder than all the other ones." So Anyways, that was Ewix with 2020 HD. Great job. What is it? Kind of feels like some sort of Porter Robinson future bass, lo-fi type-esque situation. I kind of don't really know what it's trying to be. In some places, it feels like it's trying to be like an EDM kind of banger, like something I would sort of vibe out in my tank top at Lightning in a Bottle, or sometimes it almost feels like it wants to be a lo-fi beat. It's kind of confusing. I think some of the issues that are stemming from that is I think the reason why it feels a little confused is the sound selection seems to be constantly changing. So at times the sounds that you're using feel way, way too bright for the sort of musical content that they're presenting. So we're getting like a very chill, easy, kind of lo-fi-esque chord progression with these insane supersaws that are really poking and bright and in our face. And there's a sort of cognitive dissonance there that comes with that. So I think sort of refining the sound selection and maybe toning it down overall, I think would sort of better suit your composition. For example, right at the very beginning, whoops, don't want that. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, this sound is really abrasive. The chord progression is really nice, but I don't think there's any reason why the sound needs to be that grating. The drums are great. They feel much more appropriate for the kind of musical content you're going for, but I just don't know why we're using that sort of overdriven organ sound. Same with that lead. Yikes. That's a lot of brightness there, my friend. Ugh, yikes. We need something a little smoother there. This is nice. This is very beautiful. Appropriate. Don't really know why that guy's talking. Let's skip ahead. Once again, we're getting the sort of unison, distorted, kind of chorused out supersaws. Really not clear why that's there. I think, by the way, in terms of sound selection, the strongest part of your song comes at the end, right here. This.
Honestly, if I saw that damn thing in my
Retarded vocal samples, keep going. Okay. This part is quite strong. You have a really interesting synth. It's not too overbearing, but your drums are still knocking through quite nicely, and we get a groove there. So I think sort of honing in on this sound that you've established at the end, I think could be really nice, because the sounds switch constantly, and it's sort of hard to keep track of it all. So I would really sort of refine the sound selection here, really whittle it down, and I think you have a nice nugget, nice kernel of musical goodness somewhere in there. So I'll give you a big old yes and some nice big glasses. Cool. Let's see here. It says there's so many talented musicians that can't hear the final mix. Nick says, holy shit, that second half sounds like Reading Rainbow. Nice Smile says, it sounds like putting vocal samples for the sake of having vocal samples. I agree. Chord progression needs closure. This guy's song gives 0 lefts. Jeez. Nice. Fucking producer humor. End is much stronger than the beginning. I agree. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. Keep on producing. Yeah, I agree. Let's move on. We got Dot Villain with Dither. Here we go. Singer-songwriter acoustic drum and bass? Fuck yeah. Weird. Yeah, I think the vocals are out of key, my friend. Cool sounds though.
Shine upon my beautify my face. Underlying
It's off key on purpose. We don't
cause
complain when Burial is off key.
my remorse.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it right there. Okay, that was Villain with Dither. Excellent work. What is it? Liquid drum and bass. What's working? Sound selection in the instrumental, very solid. Not lots of cool pads and ambience there. What's not working? The vocals are out of key, um, and the mix feels a little strange. I think it's a little too dynamic, and the drums feel really quiet for some reason. Um, so really making sure that the mix is solid, but really the most important thing is making sure that the vocals are in key. Sure, they don't have to necessarily be in key 100% of the time. She can play or sing some sour notes here and there, but it makes the whole track feel very confusing harmonically and sort of more tense than it needs to be. Um, cool. Um, anyways, definitely giving me spooky vibes because of the key difference. Yeah, I 100% agree. Um, let's see here. D&B is sacred. Dissonance is my mistake. Yeah, so just double check the key of the original vocal and really make sure that you're clear on what key your song is in. Okay. Here we have Zoidberg Murderer with New Chapter. Here we go. I'll give you big ol' yes real quick on. It's quite pretty, although I feel myself tuning out, unfortunately. Sorry, man. I'm about to go on a fucking journey. Hopefully. This better turn into rhythm, dude. I don't think we're gonna get the drop here, guys. Somebody's using the Peel guitar. Nice. 8-bit next big thing. Jesus Christ. 8-bit rhythm. That would be amazing. Okay, so that was New Chapter with Zoidberg. Yeah, very beautiful. Great sound selection, great harmonies, musically very pretty. It's kind of quiet on my end, so I couldn't really hear it that well, and as a result, I kind of tuned out because my attention span is fucking ruined at this point. I don't really have anything bad to say on it. I think it's really beautiful. Of course, it's an ambient piece, and maybe some of us were expecting a sort of drippy drop. I guess one thing to keep in mind is that there's a context and function for all the different pieces of music that we're hearing, and after you hear something like, I don't know, liquid drum and bass, or crazy ass 8-bit fucking bonanzas, it sort of can be hard to get into the mindset of listening to sort of ambient music and sort of drifting out there. I've definitely noticed myself doing that. So maybe we just need sort of a clearer, if you're going to do something like this, maybe you just sort of need to say something to the effect of, here's how you enjoy my piece of music. Like, this is an ambient piece meant for chilling on the beach and not thinking about all of life's problems and that we're all going to die from nuclear war. So if that's the function, then I would, if I knew that in advance, I would be in a better place to enjoy the piece of music. But that's my 2 cents. Otherwise, great work. Cool. Exit K, I already roasted you earlier, so I'm going to skip you. Oh, fuck. Is that it? That's the fucking end of the list? Holy shit, guys. We somehow made it to the end of my roast zone. Never thought this day would come. Just to celebrate, I'm going to play another Exit K track. Fuck it. We still got, a few minutes left, so. Alright, so that was another Exit K track. Solid sample-based beat. Didn't really go anywhere in terms of changing the energy or, getting over to a B section or chorus or something like that. I assume this is intentional. There's supposed to be room for a rapper, vocalist, or whatever. It's not the most sort of mind-blowing stuff that you've showed for us, Exit. I mean, I think drum and bass track that you had previously showed me more that you were pushing yourself and experimenting and trying new things. I've heard you do many of these sample-based hip-hop beats, and they're all solid. Just nothing, crazy out of the ordinary. But yeah, solid stuff. I don't really, it's not everything you do choose to include there works. So I'm going to give you a big old yes, my friend. Sick. Let's see here. Well, shit, we've actually hit the end of the roast zone, which is fucking crazy since I think I've been going through these for the past month, 3 months, 2 months, 3 months. So hopefully that gets repopulated soon. By the way, for those who aren't familiar, the way to get roasted by me in the roast zone is to participate in the roast before post section of the Discord. Remember, you have to roast other people's tracks before you post your own, and the people who get the most roast me emojis, reactions, so to speak, on their tracks will make it, these things right here, will make it over to the roast zone on my end. So let's try it. This got 5. It'll probably make it. Let's take a listen. Yep, need to take some ketamine. I guess this is the ketamine break in the song. Thank you, Nagiri, for introducing that for us. Very considerate to all the wooks out there. That was Interlopers with Nagiri. What is it? Well, you described it for us, which is nice. Deep, dark dubstep, for sure. What's working? The deep, dark wub wubs, whip whips, and whoop whoops in the low end are great. Really great sound design, excellent drumming, nice atmosphere. What's not working? I think you could use more of a melodic component somewhere. I know it's deep, dark dubstep, but it's hard for me to differentiate this from all the other deep, dark dubstep that I've heard over the years. So some sort of vocal chop or melody or higher energy section perhaps, or maybe a chord. I don't know. Is that too much to ask? I don't know. But in terms of the sound design and arrangement and drumming and atmosphere, I think you did a really great job. Anyways, thank you all so much for making it to the end of the Roast Zone with me. I really appreciate it. Once again, putting out a new song end of March. It's gonna be the first single from my album. That's fucking crazy. You guys are gonna roast the shit out of that, I hope. So very excited for that. Thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Thursdays. Yeah. Peace out, y'all.